time in MSG for a Knicks game, so it's pretty cool.
I know, it's our first Knicks game, first time feeling the atmosphere. We got to get you to play on this court one day.
We have to talk to Adam about that.
Can we make it mellow? Honestly, if there's something...
Even if it's a preseason game, we got to get it done. I don't think the Liberty will want to move a game over here, but we'll play it.
Madison Square Garden, NBC's biggest stage, and Caitlin Clark just casually announced she's the best shooter Indiana has ever produced. Not just in women's basketball, all of Indiana. That puts her above Reggie Miller, one of the deadliest shooters the NBA has ever seen. And the strangest part, nobody on that panel pushed back. They nodded and kept going like she had just stated the obvious. This was not a random appearance. NBC gave Caitlin Clark a live courtside analyst role during a Knicks game, something they have never done for a WNBA player during an active season. She was not just a guest dropping in for a quick wave. She was woven into the broadcast like she had always been there. And based on what she said about returning March 29th, this might just be getting started.
How could you describe maybe the atmosphere your first time in it?
Well, I think as a player, like, this is kind of when you feel the atmosphere the most, is when you're out on the court warming up. So, I mean, there's just a different type of buzz. And obviously when LeBron comes to town, it's probably really different. But, you know, Knicks fans are crazy, and I love it. I love people that are passionate about basketball, so it's pretty incredible.
All right, here go another clip. I was looking for this, man. I could not find it at all. I was cooking some chicken for the fam, and I was looking around, but I couldn't find it on Hulu.
A player or someone you watch even more specifically because they're...
Listen to how she breaks down the Knicks atmosphere. She is not giving the usual safe athlete answers about a loud crowd. She is breaking it down from someone who has played at that level, talking about how you feel the energy most during warm-ups and pointing out that LeBron changes the room the moment he walks in. That is analyst-level thinking. She is 23 years old and already sharper and more real than a lot of people who get paid to do this full-time. And notice what she said about loving the edge that Knicks fans bring. That means something. Caitlin spent her whole first year getting booed. Fans were hostile. Stuff got thrown. The pressure never let up. But instead of wanting calmer crowds, she is drawn to that fire. She does not want quiet applause. She wants the passion, the chaos, and the intensity that comes with basketball that actually matters to people.
You would want to add to yours in the league?
Man, I think Luka. I mean, Luka's amazing and he's incredible. I think the way he can not only score the ball, but also the way he passes. And I think the thing about him is, like, he's not the fastest, he's not the most athletic, but he can get his defender to move where he wants him to go, and he takes up that space, and he does a really good job of either keeping the defender behind him or keeping him to the side. So I think that's something I can certainly learn from. Like, I always kind of want to run away from the defense rather than absorbing the contact and taking up the space that they give me. So I think, obviously, he's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Here is where things get really interesting. She is studying Luka Doncic specifically because of what he cannot do. She is not trying to copy his strengths. She is studying how he takes over games without being the quickest or the most athletic player on the floor. That is elite basketball thinking. Watch how specific she gets. She talks about shifting defender angles, using his body to carve out space, and taking contact instead of trying to avoid it. These are not casual thoughts. This is serious film work. She has spotted a gap in her own game, and she is studying the player who has already solved it. Luka averaged 28 points and 8 assists this season by controlling the pace and the space around him. Caitlin averaged 19 and 9 in year 2, but she is already planning for year 3. And here is what makes the comparison real. Luka pulls up from 30 feet without a second thought. So does Caitlin. Luka reads the pass before it happens. So does Caitlin. Luka makes defenders look slow with his change of pace. Caitlin has been doing that since Iowa. The bodies are different, but the mindset is the same. Both of them are playing a different game than everyone else on the floor.
It would be Luka for me. The way that you're able to play in that open court, to see the vision that you have, to be able to shoot at the drop of a dime, to be able to pull up across half court. You keep the defensive thinking every single time, not knowing what you're going to do. And again, you have that too, and that pick and roll, keeping them in jail and understanding how to operate out of that. You have it. You have it. So I would agree with her and say Luka.
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony just backed the Luka comparison on national television. That is not a podcaster chasing clicks with a bold take. That is a Hall of Fame scorer who played 19 NBA seasons saying that Caitlin Clark's game looks like one of the 5 best players in the world right now. Melo knows what elite shot creation looks like. He built his whole career on it, and watching Caitlin, he sees the same command of space, the same court vision, the same ability to freeze defenders with positioning. This matters because it flips the conversation. For 2 years, the debate has been about whether Caitlin is overhyped, whether college success carries over, whether she is genuinely that good or just riding media attention. But when NBA legends start making these comparisons on their own, it backs up what the numbers have already been showing. She is not just good for the WNBA. She is working at a level of skill and basketball IQ that holds up across both leagues.
From when I was at Iowa, and like I can just tell how much my body's changed, but I think in a good way. Like you have to be stronger. It's a much more physical league. So I think that, and then obviously I only appeared in 13 games last year. So more than anything, I'm just itching to get back out on the court and kind of feel like myself again. And I've been putting in a lot of hard work, and I got USA basketball.
She only played 13 games last year. That ankle injury in the playoffs ended her season too soon, and she has been grinding her way back. But listen to how she talks about her body now. She is not focused on the physical toll. She is embracing it. She knows the WNBA hits harder than college, and she has responded by getting stronger. Then she brings up USA basketball. She did not make the Olympic team last summer, which turned into its own loud debate about whether someone with her impact on the sport deserved a spot. But another training camp is ahead. And if that graphic showing her alongside Paige Buchers is right, we could be watching the next version of Team USA take shape. Caitlin at 23, Paige at 23, both hitting their peaks at the same time. That is what the future of American basketball looks like.
Play until, right? Until a good minute down the line. I don't know. Y'all put it in the comment section. Let me know, though. Let's see what she said in this clip right here.
Appreciate you just joining us on Basketball Night in America.
It was fun. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you
now
gonna
I
come
get
back?
to enjoy this.
Yeah.
I mean, what's better, MSG Sunday night?
You can put your slippers
LeBron
back on
James,
if you
let's
want.
go.
Let's go.
Come on.
Wait, too,
And guess what? Hey,
I
Caitlin's
get
gonna come back.
Mello.
She's not gonna put the mic down forever. March 29th, she's back with us in OKC, but now she gets to go and enjoy the Knicks games, and we're happy for her. She appreciate.
Reggie Miller is one of the greatest shooters in basketball history. 5-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, the man who put up 8 points in 9 seconds. His whole name is built on shooting. And Tracy McGrady just said Caitlin Clark is now the best shooter Indiana has ever had. Reggie is sitting right there. His response, he agrees. He does not defend his spot. He does not make it a contest. He just accepts it and moves on. That tells you everything about where Caitlin is right now. When legends start passing the torch without being asked, it means they see something that does not come around often. Reggie knows what top-level shooting looks like. He did it for 18 years in the NBA, and he is watching Caitlin and seeing someone working at that same level. The range, the fast release, the ability to shoot off the move or off the catch, the confidence to take the hardest shots in the biggest moments. All the things that made Reggie great, Caitlin has them too.
The third best shooter in
That's
the
not
state of
true.
Indiana now. It goes Caitlin,
Yeah.
Tyrese, and now myself.
We'll have to get Tyrese's opinion on that. I'm not sure
Knicks
Tyrese would
fans,
agree.
Right here, she's taking over for me right now. So thank you. There's a new.
Hey, Reggie was a hitter.
Then she went out and proved it. NBC set up a horse game against Jamal Crawford, a 3-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year known for his handles and his touch. This was not a staged show where everyone plays along. These were real shots with real stakes. And Caitlin did not just hang in there. She took over. Watch the run. Left-handed floater from the corner, clean. Behind the back shot, automatic. One-legged fadeaway, pure net. Jamal is laughing because he genuinely cannot believe what he is seeing. He is making tough shots and she is matching every single one, then making it harder. That shot off the wall, the double dribble move, the creativity she is showing goes beyond shooting. It is pure feel for the game. And what makes it even better is who she is doing it against. Jamal Crawford played 20 seasons in the NBA. He is 44 years old and still has it, because his game was always built on skill and touch, not jumping over people. That kind of game does not fade. And Caitlin just beat him. Not by luck. She out-skilled him with calm and confidence. The crowd is losing it. NBC is locked in. And Caitlin is just grinning like this is any other afternoon, because for her, it probably is. The stage gets bigger, the competition gets sharper, and she keeps showing up. This is what real crossover looks like. Not the WNBA pushing for attention, not a forced promo that feels uncomfortable. This is a WNBA star walking onto the NBA's top network on their biggest stage during a live game and earning every bit of respect in real time by being undeniably good. NBC did not bring Caitlyn in to fill a box or generate a headline. They brought her in because she is great television. She is sharp, she is genuine, she is magnetic, and she can back up every word she says by actually playing at the highest level. That combination cannot be faked. You either have it or you do not. And the fact that she is back March 29th means NBC is not treating this like a one-off moment. They are investing in her as a personality, not just as an athlete who stopped by. That is a big deal for the WNBA because it opens a real channel for their stars to reach people who might never tune into a women's basketball game on their own. If you are a Knicks fan who watched that broadcast, you just spent 10 minutes watching Caitlin Clark be funny, smart, and unbelievably skilled. That is how you pick up new fans. The horse game was brilliant content. It was not a charity show where the result did not matter. It was a real competition between two elite shooters going head-to-head, and the WNBA player won. That is the kind of moment that changes minds. You can debate league quality all day, but when someone beats an NBA veteran in a shooting contest on live television, the debate is over. The proof just played out in front of everyone. Think about what this means for the next group of WNBA players coming up. Paige Buchers is about to enter the league. Juju Watkins is 2 years behind her. These are players who grew up watching Caitlin Clark break records and reset expectations. They have seen her go from college star to WNBA Rookie of the Year to NBC analyst in 3 years. That is a real path. That is proof the ceiling is higher than people thought. And the timing could not be better because the WNBA is in the middle of real serious growth. Attendance is climbing, ratings are climbing, expansion teams are on the way.
House rules are set. Who gets the first shot?
You go first.
Left hand free throw.
That's crazy.
Wow.
This could go anywhere.
She said, that's great. Oh,
Okay.
Feels on the
it
line.
really wasn't that bad.
There we go.
Knockdown.
Nope. In it. No, is that?
He's in trouble.
Underneath the leg layup.
Underneath the leg. That's too easy for him.
This is some.
Oh, no.
That's the one.
Sure.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you believe in magic or what? I know you create some all the time.
This is for game.
This is for game.
There's literally 0% chance he makes this again.
Oh, my
That's our welcome
goodness.
to the NBC moment.
Cooking.
There we go.
Feeling it.
She knew it right away. Oh,
This could be a
And-
quick NBC.
wow.
Dang, not a quick one. She
The
love
warm-up
talking
was
that
mine,
trash.
All right.
I was doing that last game.
Hey, it's not easy, man. That girl is automatic. Must swish.
In.
Guess what? In a game, that would still count for a point.
It
so
would. It absolutely would. You get this out the net?
Junk.
The league just signed a new media deal that brings in significantly more money. All the pieces are being put in place right now to support the next wave of stars. Caitlyn is leading that wave, but she is not out there alone. Angel Reese is right there with her. Aya Wilson keeps putting up MVP numbers. Brianna Stewart is still one of the best in the league. The overall talent level is the highest it has ever been. But growth brings pressure. The more the WNBA is watched, the more people will criticize it, compare it to the NBA, and question whether the investment makes sense. That is already happening everywhere online. And the answer to that is not frustration. It is doing exactly what Caitlyn did on NBC. Show up, perform, and let the results do the talking. The Luka Doncic comparison works so well because it changes the frame. Instead of debating whether women's basketball matches men's basketball, which leads nowhere, you are asking whether elite skills move across different settings. And the answer is yes. Luka controls tempo and breaks down defenders because of how his mind works, not just his size or speed. Caitlyn has that same processing ability. She sees the game at the same speed. That is why the comparison lands. And when Carmelo Anthony backs it up, that carries real weight. Melo has never been the type to hand out hollow praise. He has been straight about who is good and who is not his entire career. If he is saying Caitlin's game looks like Luka's, he means every word. That is a Hall of Famer telling you to pay close attention because something rare is unfolding. The USA basketball situation will be worth watching closely. Caitlin did not make the Olympic team last summer, and the argument about whether she should have was loud and had points on both sides. The case against her was that she was young, still learning, and international basketball needs experienced players. The case for her was that she was the biggest name in women's basketball and her presence would have brought an enormous amount of attention to the Olympics. Both sides were fair. But now a year has passed. She has a full WNBA season behind her. She has handled the physical game and the spotlight. She is stronger, sharper, and more prepared. If a training camp is coming, she will be ready. And if she gets in alongside Paige Buchers, you are looking at a backcourt that could run things for the next decade. The March 29th return to NBC is going to set something important in motion. If this becomes a regular thing, if Caitlin starts making periodic analyst appearances through the year, it changes how the WNBA connects to the mainstream sports world. Right now, WNBA coverage mostly lives in WNBA-specific spaces. But if NBC is folding their stars into NBA broadcasts, that is a completely different level of reach. And it will not stop with Caitlin. If this model works, every major network will want their own WNBA crossover star. ESPN might bring in Aya Wilson for NBA coverage. TNT might feature Breanna Stewart. The more it happens, the more natural it becomes, and the more the line between the two leagues starts to fade. The horse game also showed something that cannot be coached. Caitlin was not nervous. She was not playing small on a big stage. She was having fun. That kind of confidence is what separates players who are good from players who are special. She walks into any basketball setting fully believing she belongs, and then she proves it when the moment comes. That is the superstar mindset. So where does this go from here? Caitlin has USA basketball ahead. She has year 3 of her WNBA career coming, where the bar is going to be even higher. She has a growing relationship with NBC that could one day turn into a full media career when the playing days are done. And she has an entire generation of young players watching her and believing they can do the same. The question is not whether Caitlin Clark will be successful. She already is. The question is how high it goes. Because right now, only 3 years into her professional life, she is already doing things no WNBA player has done before. She is crossing into mainstream sports media as a personality, not just as a player passing through. She is earning real respect from NBA legends who treat her like a peer. She is pulling new fans in just by being exactly who she is. That is the blueprint for the next era of women's basketball. Not asking for respect, earning it. Not waiting for attention, creating it. Not hoping for a seat at the table, building one. Caitlin Clark walked into Madison Square Garden, took over an NBC broadcast, beat Jamal Crawford at horse, and told the world she is the best shooter Indiana has ever seen. And nobody argued. That is how you build a legacy.